Okay, everybody, it is me, and it's you. Let me be the first to welcome you to the Freak Show. It got really freaky today. Did you watch President Bidenstein and his little puppets? Did you watch that little shit show? Oh, we got a lot to talk about today. I got two pages of notes here that I want to cover with you on this lovely Thursday. Let's where do we start? How about this? So the House just passed another $280 billion spending bill. You see, it's all about the wording here. 280 billion spending. How about if they use the word stimulus? Would that make any difference? It might. Do you know that $50 billion of the 280 billion that just passed the House on its way to the president, for which he's going to sign, $50 billion of it is going to a private corporation, Intel, and there's others too. So how do you feel as an American citizen that you are now putting tens of billions of dollars in multiple privately owned corporations? Now, how is that going to help you? Well, it may obviously help the shareholders. They must be jumping for joy. They're all going to be getting richer. You know, those 1% and 2%ers. Oh, yeah. They couldn't be happier right now. They're probably spraying all over their shorts right now. Let me show you what that looks like. Yeah. And you're paying for it. How does that make you feel? You should, I've been telling all of you to expect things you can't believe. This is part of it here. Again, $280 billion spending. Okay? Yeah, they're going to spend it, but it's really stimulus. And let me ask you, being that you know the financial system better than anybody, that's the truth by following this blog here, how is that not inflationary? Oh, wait a minute, it is. It is inflationary. That's the scheme here. Where does this cash come from? Do you think that we have it safe in a vault somewhere? That they're just going to say, okay, here Intel, here's $50 billion for you, and this company's going to get another $50 billion, and you too, and everybody else, and all those big fat whales out there getting richer and richer, and you are paying for it all. Oh, yeah. Oh, but you're not supposed to know that. I've been telling you they're going to push wealth up the food chain. See, there's no such thing as trickle down. Whoever told you that, I don't know how many years ago, trickle down, the only thing that's trickling down is urine down their leg here after they spray their shorts. That's all it is, okay? It's out of control. But again, if you think this is it, that you've just seen the last of it, how about no? How about no freaking way have you seen the last of it now? With that said, and I do want to hear from you, how do you feel about this $280 billion spending, stimulus package, and $50 billion of it is going to just one corporation, and that's Intel. And of course, there's others here. Interesting how they sell this to the people. Would you have voted for this? My bet, no. You see, but in the United States of America, or what used to be the United States of America, now is the United States of corporate America, you see, you are persona non grata. You don't matter. Nothing matters anymore. It's the truth, but I think you're all well aware about it. I want to know what you think about that. So again, today we find out, it's official. We're in recession here. 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP. And I'm talking about a big drop in GDP. More than 100% worse than it was predicted by those rocket scientists, economists out here. They just didn't see it coming. No, they never do. But you did. You did. Anyway, so on the back of this, we have a stock market rally across the board. You're watching that 10-year yield cratering on its way much lower. 2.67 people. What a move. What a move lower. Can you tell me again who's doing all that buying? Because you know how it works, right? In order for that kind of a move, or for the 10-year yield to drop, there has to be a really, really big buyer out here, someone with, well, some entity with unlimited firepower. Why are they doing this? Why are they pushing rates down? Why are they keeping the yields suppressed like this? So it will drive cash right into the stock market, enriching those 1 and 2%ers, just like our loving, caring members of Congress. Oh yeah, both of them, Democrats and Republicans. This is a bipartisan bill here, $280 billion. Oh, you think it matters, Democrat, Republican? You still do? You're still locked into that kind of thing? It's impossible that you are. Nobody believes that system actually exists. All it is to keep you angry and to keep you off balance and to keep you in believing into a system that is extinct here. You don't matter, like I said. So anyway, what else happened today? Did you watch silver? Up 7% today. Gold putting on an incredible gain. You got Bitcoin near 24,000. Crude oil took a hit today. And the dollar relatively flat. That's essentially that whole story here. Now, we got a warning today. Now, I want you to laugh. Let's do a preemptive laugh. I set my dogs off. Why am I laughing? Because it's insane. We got a warning today, yet another warning from Morgan Stanley on the market. Now, I don't think so. When you have this kind of an environment, you're watching that 10-year yield, there's a big player out here, and you know exactly who it is, buying it all. European Central Bank, buying it all. When you have central banks who have clearly taken over the market, you have stimulus packages, if that's what it is, $280 billion. You have the Federal Reserve on their public balance sheet buying $380 million per day of assets since July 6th. Do you really think that this warning by Morgan Stanley on the market, on the stock market, that it's going to drop is true? No, you don't. You're laughing. No, it's like I am. Oh yeah. No, it can't possibly do that. And let me just enlighten you a little more, slightly, about that much. The Fed's buying the market too, with their unlimited firepower. So forget about a crash anytime soon. The market's going to crash. Okay, I don't want you to think I'm changing my mind here, because a lot of you don't seem to get it here. We are marching towards the biggest market crash the world has ever seen, and it's going to make everything else before it look like child's play. But not yet. They're not done. They're going to continue to buy assets. Central banks are. You're going to see bigger and bigger spending packages. I mean, stimulus packages approved by both parties, okay, because they know they're all multimillionaires. You know that, right? I doubt most of you, I'm sure some of you are multimillionaires, but I'd be willing to bet that people like Pelosi have a lot more money than you. How did that happen? Oh, maybe we won't talk about that. Maybe you want to talk about that. But anyway, so the mechanism is in place to continue to inflate, and then inflate some more. Let me ask you, where have you heard that before? Maybe right here on this blog from like years and years ago. So this is really a game changer, what you're seeing here. We had, honestly, this whole year has been nothing but a normal corrective phase in the market, as I said it was, right at its onset. A lot of you didn't believe me. Well, now you know. I did have to take a step back from the market to regroup myself, okay? Several weeks ago, I told you exactly what I was doing. I'm buying large blocks of JEPI, okay? I'm not saying you should buy it. I'm telling you what I am doing here. With regard to Bitcoin and cryptos, I fully intend to get back in this space. I thought about buying some today. I didn't. I sit back a little bit. That's okay too. But I'm back in this market hardcore. And the JEPI position has done unbelievably well over the past several weeks here, and I think there's more upside here. But don't buy anything, people. Okay, I'm not telling you to buy anything. I'm telling you to do your own freaking research. You understand? So anyway, so on top of this warning by Morgan Stanley, which you can laugh your ass off at, and of course all the crash callers who are wrong again. I wonder what they're going to do. Oh, maybe the crash will be next month. Or maybe the month after that. Oh, maybe the month after that. But you see what they're never going to tell you, people. Look, I have really nothing, honestly, personally against the crash callers. You know who they are every single month. Every month we've been hearing this. Kawasaki, whatever his name is. Kawasaki, whatever his name. You know what I'm talking about. Doesn't even own a share of stock. Calls for a crash every single month. Much bigger channel than mine. It's impossible. I can't even imagine he has one single follower, although he's got gold and silver right. But he's not the only one here. You know, I Blow Ponies is another one. There's a few other ones out here, and they've been wrong 100% of the time. They're going to be right at one point. There's no doubt about it. I mean, if you call for a crash every single month, eventually you're going to get it right, but it hasn't helped anyone that's followed them at all. It's a shame, honestly, it really is. But that's a whole other thing. So ignore Morgan Stanley. Not going to happen in this kind of environment where an unlimited amount of cash is being thrown to inflate the debt bubble even further, and the stock market, which is a derivative of the debt market, is going to continue higher here. There's just no doubt about it. With regard to precious metals and stuff, people, look, and cryptocurrencies, in my view, you know how it's going to work out. With regard to precious metals, okay, in my view, it's the ultimate way to bet against the debt and become your own central bank. I've been telling you this for years, okay? It won't stop. Let them play their games. We will play our games. It's very, very simple here. They're going to continue to inflate more so than ever before, okay? Like I said, this $280 billion spending package, stimulus package, that's the first in a series that is coming. And they're going to come up with other reasons too. Hundreds of billions over here, another several hundred billion over there. But you're not supposed to realize that this is inflationary, and the cash has to come from where? We don't have it stashed away. Like I said earlier, it has to come from the central banks. And the Federal Reserve here is more than willing to lend it. And you are going to foot the bill. And you're paying for it right now. How does it feel to realize that you are a slave to the central bank here in the United States? We all are, myself included, okay? And we are paying for it all. And our loving, caring politicians on both sides of the aisle, doesn't matter who sits behind the Resolute desk, people, it could be a farm animal. It would be the same thing. It's the central banks who run the world. Once you realize that, it's going to take a while for some of you to get it. Once you realize that, everything else will make sense to you. Let us move forward. So Janet Yellen, who said, "Oh, I don't see a recession," she's doubling down. She's doubling down on that right now, saying we are not in recession. As a matter of fact, she's saying the consumer is very strong. And she's trying to say, this is what she's using as proof. So MasterCard, people are borrowing beyond their eyeballs just to make ends meet. MasterCard earnings tops their estimates, and she believes that this is because consumers are so strong, they're taking on more debt. The truth of the matter is people are taking on more debt because they have no choice, okay? We're getting all kinds of bad economic news this week. You know what I'm talking about. With small businesses, they're failing across the board as the corporate agenda continues to succeed. Could you imagine 50 billion of this 280 billion is going to Intel alone? And they're not the only one. They're going to be dishing out that cash to all of these private corporations here. Actually, they're public. They've gone public. But the shareholders are going to be really, really happy. You want to see the orgasmic face again? Oh, that's what they're doing. Oh, yeah. And you're paying the bill. You. Yes, you. Anyway, yeah, going back just real quick, the puppet show between the retard. Listen to my words here. And I don't care if you don't like it or you get offended. You can unsubscribe at any moment you like. The retard president, okay? He's retarded. The man handpicked puppets that he could ask questions to. Did you see that Q&A thing? I couldn't even stand it. I wanted to vomit, okay? The puppet show run by the ultimate freak, okay? That's another damn thing that we had to deal with here today. Look, this video is getting really long. I'll cover some more of this tomorrow. I have another whole page of stuff, but I think I covered the basics here. I want to know what you think about everything I just covered. Are you happy about this new stimulus package? But our economy, we're so good. We're so strong. We are. Did you hear Biden, how he was selling how strong we are? That's how you know, it's just total bullshit. He has to go over the cover story first, but But our economy is shrinking. And what he won't tell you is this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning here. As the middle class continues to get squeezed literally to death. All right, with that said, I'm going to let you all go. This guy here loves you a lot. Please comment, share the video. I'll see you in the morning. And let's see how many people unsubscribe from me calling the president a retard.